Okay, so today we're gonna make chili. And guys, this is like the easiest dump recipe. So what we're gonna start with is a whole stick of butter. You could probably do half a stick, but I do a whole stick. And what you use the butter for is to saute up all of your veggies that you're gonna be adding in here. So as the butter is melting, you're gonna put salt, pepper, and garlic, and then we'll add the chili seasoning by Pampered Chef later. But first we want to get everything prepped with our vegetables. So I have a carrot from my garden. I have my last bell pepper from my garden. It snowed the other day. And then I had to buy these. Now guys, let's just say I bought the peppers because that's what they had. This is what is naturally grown in the garden. So there's a good chance that there might be some chemicals that were added into these, but they're still vegetables. So there we go. I'm gonna cook with these monsters and then figure out how I can naturally get mine this size, but without any chemicals and preservatives. I do have 2 sweet potatoes. We add sweet potatoes into our chili. Sweet potatoes are great for anti-inflammatory. And it's just a really good carb to have for potatoes, definitely when you got growing kids. And I got 2 boys in sports right now, so that's so important. So we got your veggies that we're gonna sneak in there, onion, and then salt, pepper, garlic. So we're gonna saute all of this up. And then once this is sauteing and your onion turns basically like translucent, then we're gonna add in the chili powder. With the beef, we get organic, 100% grass-fed beef. It's worth the extra buck. And then what I'm going to add in is a can of chili beans, a can of kidney beans, a can of diced tomatoes. These ones are seasoned with basil, garlic, and oregano, and then some petite diced tomatoes. Now, normally I would use this from my garden, but I have already gone through my garden stores. Next year when I plant my garden, I will definitely be planning for more tomatoes, beans, sweet potatoes. Like, this is a pretty big staple for what we add into most of my dump crockpot recipes or oven recipes. And it adds in your vegetable, your healthy carbs, and you know, and then all you really need to do, like, I can grow all of this from home except for the butter and the beef, which obviously if you have a homestead, you can get that by either having a cow, sheep, or goats, because you would get the goat milk and then you would create your own butter from that. And then of course you would have to process, you could go deer hunting and replace this with venison. So these are basically everything that you can make a huge part of hearty meal. And it feeds your whole family, and you've got your protein, you got your vegetables, and it's super healthy. It's essentially pretty low carb, high in protein, high in fiber, and all natural, and it fills your family up. And then you can make sourdough bread, which if you follow the rest of my channel, you'll learn how to make sourdough bread. You can dip that, or you can make a sandwich bread where you can actually toast it, put some butter on it, and it's fantastic. So today I'm using my Pampered Chef cutting board. These come in sets of 3. I have had this thing for like 16 years. Obviously you can see where all the slices are, and I use it all the time. I also love that when you prepare on it, you can literally pick this up and go dump it into whatever you're putting into your bowl. So I am using also my Pampered Chef paring knife, and let's see, to open cans, if they don't have the peel lid, I do have a Pampered Chef can opener, so you don't have to worry about electricity. I'll show you how to use that. And onions, after cutting them in half and cutting off the ends, I'm going to use my chopper, because who likes to cry, right? I cannot stand cutting onions, and my daughter is not here, and she's the one that does it. So I'm going to go ahead and cut into my carrot. I have a little bowl for all my scraps because we compost everything. So guys, this thing is just like slicing through this carrot like butter. It is so good. I love these knives. Look, I mean, that's gorgeous, right? You can't buy that in a store. These were called purple carrots. Some of them, I think there was another brand out there. They were called rainbow carrots or red. It was something really pretty. And on the inside, it actually changed colors. It had like a deeper purple, red, orange, yellow. Like, it was so gorgeous. But, you know, carrots are really good for you, good for your eyesight. And we don't waste anything. All right, so we got carrots. Carrots are going in. All right. Okay, so my peppers, that's what I do is I chop off the top. Now, Pampered Chef does actually sell a pepper corer, which I have not had. I feel like this is fairly easy. I'm sure that their corer is a little bit easier. But what I do is I chop off the end and then I go around the stem and cut off the top all the way around. Just like that. Toss that in. Then I got these that I can cut down a little further if I want smaller pieces. And then for this, I just cut it in half and then slice going down. Y'all, this knife is so sharp. This is so easy. It's like butter. And then I just turn them to the side and then I just do one more cut all the way down the middle. You could cut them smaller than that, but by the time they cook down, it's honestly nice to have a decent bite of pepper. We love, guys, pepper has these green peppers, bell peppers, they have more vitamin C than an orange. So if you want to stay healthy and you want to up your vitamin C for, you know, fall, winter, you know, just boost your immune system, guys, I'm telling you what. Okay, sweet potato. Guys, I'm telling you what, this knife, I don't know how much it is. I just started selling Pampered Chef again because I'll be honest, I've had all this stuff for so many years and it's like, you know what? I cook with all this stuff and it stays so good for so long. Why wouldn't I want to share such a good product with other people? And so I started selling it again, which is probably one of the best decisions I can make. I mean, it literally, these knives are so good. So good. So good. I mean, look how thick that is. And this sucker is hard. Now, I do keep the skins on my potatoes. I keep my skins on my potatoes that I grow in my garden. I wash everything really good that I buy in the supermarket. Baking soda, like a baking soda bath, salt. Salt is purifying. And I scrub the skin. And the reason why I prefer to keep the skin on is because it's got a lot of the nutrients. A lot of the, you know, vitamins and minerals that we lose by cutting it out. And it's like, why would you want to throw that away? You know, if you're going to eat your food, eat everything. You know, don't waste it just because you want it to look prettier. And I'll be completely honest, I've got some pretty picky eaters in this house and they can't tell. They can't tell if I leave it on or not. All right, so next I'm going to cut these up later. You don't need to see me cut up all these multiple times. So just remove any bad spots off of your fruits and veggies. I'm not making fruits, but you know. And then what I do is I cut this in half and quartered because, who wants to smell it? Okay, so my chopper is quite old. But usually about a half an onion is all you need. Bam, done. Look at that. Look at that diced. So good. So easy, and I'm not crying, which is the best part. All right. Easy peasy. And it's already in there that you just dump it right in. One. Easy enough. All done. Now, of course, if the onion leaves behind any large pieces, like the chopper, didn't get like, I did get one that didn't slice up all the way, I could obviously put it back in or, you know, do this with the knife, and you can see how easy that was. So if you don't want to cry with your onions, you know, just use the chopper. So next, this is pretty much it. I'm gonna keep chopping these up. I'm gonna add in garlic, salt, pepper to flavor. Once that marinates down those veggies, I'm gonna add in the chili powder. While I add in the beef, I'm gonna use my mix and chop to scramble that up. I'm gonna let all that season and get real good. Then I'm gonna add in the beans, the tomatoes, and I did forget one more thing that I try to put in all of my soups is bone broth. Guys, so much collagen. Collagen is really, really good, not only for your skin and your hair, but collagen is actually really, really good for your arteries. Your arteries and your veins are made of muscle that contract and constrict. And if you feed it collagen, guys, that is going to help them stay healthy over time. So get a good collagen supplement or add bone broth into everything. If you have chicken, turkeys, and you got the carcass left over, look up making bone broth from the bones. Like it takes like 2 days of seeping it, and then you drain out the excess, and then you got it for free. Or you can go to the store and buy it. So add all this up and you've got chili. Love you guys.